She tilted her head as if in wonder and gave me a quick glance, then averted her gaze. She threw me a second glance, and at that moment, as if having lost her temper, the girl stood up forcefully. She turned my way and started walking vigorously toward me. Flinching, my face twitched as I shrank away. In what seemed like a moment, she had my back up against the wall. And even then, the girl didn't stop moving. Breaking through my protective wall and ignoring all my warning sensors, she entered my personal space. There was nothing more to be done. She was at a distance that would make any kind of resistance futile. What are you doing? Immediately after I squeezed out those words, the girl firmly gripped both my shoulders. I tried to scream. I took a deep breath. But before I could let out a sound, the girl covered my lips with her palm. It's all over. I braced myself and squeezed my eyelids tightly shut. Nothing happened. Timidly, I opened my eyes. Now that I look carefully, her face looks as if she's on the verge of breaking down in tears. Her moist pupils seem to be eagerly appealing to me for something. But just what is this supposed to mean? I didn't know what was going on, but at least I didn't feel any danger or hostility. My stiff body slowly regained its power to move. At the same time, the girl removed her hand from my lips. What? What is it that you want to say? While giving me a look, which was apparently asking me for something, the girl shook her head back and forth. Huh? What is it? Even when trying to ask for something, the girl spoke no words. Again, all she does is shake her head. I won't be able to understand if you keep silent like that. Say something. Anything. The girl pointed at her own throat. While doing so, her other hand is flapping and waving as if fanning the air. A gesture? If that's it, this action probably means... You can't speak. Yes, the girl nods over and over again. In short, she isn't able to speak. However, this wasn't all she wanted to tell me. After I had deciphered her last thought, the girl had stuck out the palm of her hand toward me. Wait here is probably what she meant. Okay, I get it, but... Where are you going? Without answering, the girl left my side. She's looking around the kitchen restlessly, in search of something. Suddenly, looking as if she had found something, she ran to one of the doors in the four corners of the room. The girl's figure disappeared behind the door. The door lay to the right side of the main entrance. It was the closest one to me at the moment. After a few moments, the girl jumped out of the doorway. Looking confused, she beckons me over. Eh? Did something happen? I rushed over to her. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. The pain I had forgotten about was most likely coming from my limping knee. Somehow rallying my strength, I managed to reach the open door. The girl went inside, as if calling for me to come with her. There was nobody inside the room besides us. After I had glanced around the room, Inubushi Keiko tilted her head as if to point out something. She had a black felt-tipped pen in her right hand and a size A6 memo pad in her left. She had most likely found them somewhere in this room. She pushed the memo pad against the wall and started to write with the black felt-tip pen. Before she finished writing, I took a peek at the lines she had already scrawled on the page. I could make out the following.
There are lots of things I want to tell you. But before that, look over there.
Over there? With the tip of her pen, she pointed to the corner of the room. There was nothing I felt particularly special about that area. Stretching, she held the pen high. The tip of the pen pointed toward a bed on the other side of the room. Was she trying to say there was someone hiding over there? Feeling uneasy, I advanced toward the back of the room, following her directions. I went around to the side of the bed facing the window and stopped. It was at that moment something wriggling jumped into my field of vision. Instinctively, I turned my head toward it. Yuni! You were saved! I blurted out spontaneously. I took a closer look. There was no mistaking it. Sitting in front of me was Yuni, the boy I'd been searching for so desperately. Wrapped in a blanket, Yuni sat crouched in the narrow space between the bed and the wall. Are you all right? Are you hurt? As I knelt down in front of him, I put my hands on his shoulders. What my palms felt was real. He's alive, right here and now. I gave thanks from the bottom of my heart for this blessing. My heart was racing from the joy of our reunion. A feeling of excitement ran through my body, powered by the hot blood charging through my veins. I could no longer hold myself back. My body rushed toward him. I wanted to hold him tightly in my arms. But...
Who?
That one word escaping from his lips stopped me dead in my tracks.
Who are you?
What do you mean, Yuni? It's me. Don't you remember? I was sitting right beside you when the plane crashed. My voice was high and shrill with confusion. Yuni's hollow, lifeless eyes were staring off somewhere. They appeared lost, not focused on anything in particular.
Are you mistaking me for someone else? I have no idea who you are.
How? But you are Kusuda Yuni-kun, right?
My name. How? How did you know?
Because, you see... I swallowed the words I was going to say, stopping in the middle of my sentence. I suddenly realized something. This situation, this conversation, they were all too similar to those which had taken place a short while ago in that hospital-like room with that strange, moody woman. I had no idea who she was, but it seemed like she knew something about me. And now, although I clearly remembered Yuni, he didn't seem to have any clue as to who I was. Although the roles were switched, the situation was basically the same. Now that I think about it, that woman's expression only changed when I mentioned the name Kusuda Yuni. And now, the person right in front of me also questioned me as to why I knew his name. What the heck is going on? Was it bad for me to admit that I knew Yuni, I wonder? I looked at him again. His eyes were pointed behind me, as if he were staring at something far away. His expression was void of all emotion, like that of a faded, dried-up doll. In my head, I could still remember how he had played so innocently and cheerfully with the doll, the small plush bear. I felt as if I just lost something incredibly precious to me. I see. So you've forgotten. Well, maybe it's for the best.
For the best?
What had happened on the plane. I wish I could forget that as well.
Just a moment. I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Huh?
I haven't forgotten anything. From the time I got onto the plane, right up until the crash, everything. I remember everything.